Let us look at another example of time value of money to understand the concept of present value of an annuity. So in this example we have been given four parts to solve. Part A says that what amount today deposited in a bank account paying 3% interest annually would allow you to withdraw rupees 7500 at the end of each of the next 3 years. So let's say that you deposit an amount of money in a bank and the bank pays 3% interest per annum. Now the amount of money that you are depositing should be such that at 3% interest gained per annum, you should be able to withdraw rupees 7500 at the end of each of the next 3 years. So we have to find out how much should be the amount that you deposit. So basically if we try to understand on a time scale, say this is 0, 1, 2, 3. Now we are depositing X rupees at the beginning. The interest gained per year is 3%, and this X amount of rupees will gain 3% interest for the first year, and then you want to withdraw 7500 rupees. Now the remaining amount, that is the amount deposited initially plus the 3% interest gained on that amount minus the 7500 rupees, will continue to gain 3% interest for the second year, and at the end of the second year again you want to withdraw 7500 rupees. The remaining amount will continue to gain interest at 3%, and at the end of the third year you should again be able to withdraw 7500 rupees. So how much is this amount X? Now part B says that if in part A you withdraw rupees 3750 instead of rupees 7500 at the end of each of the next 3 years, how much should this X be? So basically instead of withdrawing 7500 rupees, we want to be able to withdraw 3750 rupees for each of the next 3 years. The interest remains the same, so we have to find out the value of X in that case. Part C says, what if you wanted to withdraw rupees 7500 at the end of each of the next 3 years, but instead of earning 3% interest, you now earn 6% interest. So instead of 3% interest, let's say you earn 6% interest. So in that case, how much should this X rupees be? The withdrawal amount is the same, the interest earned is more, so definitely we have to deposit lesser amount if we are earning more interest rate. So we have to find the actual value of X in that case. And part D says that what is the value today of an annuity of rupees 7500 received at the beginning of each of the next 3 years that earns 3% interest annually. So here we deposited an amount of X rupees at the beginning of the tenure, and we wanted to withdraw 7500 rupees at the end of each of the 3 years. Now what if we want to withdraw 7500 rupees at the beginning of each of the 3 years? So let's see on the time scale what this means. So 0, 1, 2, 3. we are depositing X rupees at the beginning of the tenure. We are getting 3% interest per annum. Now, at the beginning of each of the years, we want to withdraw rupees 7500. So here we want to withdraw rupees 7500. Then again here we want to withdraw rupees 7500, and then again here 7500. So what should be the amount X? So basically here what is happening is that as soon as you deposit X rupees, you are withdrawing 7500 rupees out of that. So this initial amount of 7500 that you deposit is not gaining any interest. Now the remaining amount, that is X minus 7500, is going to gain 3% interest over the first year. At the end of the first year, you're going to withdraw 7500 rupees out of that. The remaining amount will continue to gain 3% interest for the next year. At the end of the second year or at the beginning of the third year, you again withdraw 7500 rupees. So what should this X amount be so that you can withdraw 7500 rupees at the beginning of each of the next 3 years when the bank is giving us 3% interest per annum? So let's find out how to solve these examples. So our first part says that we have to find the present value of an amount that we are depositing today in the bank at an interest rate of 3%. So I've converted the 3% and divided by 100, which has given me 0.03, and I is basically the rate of interest divided by 100. So in our case it is 0.03. And every year we want to withdraw an amount of 7500 rupees at the end of those years for a period of 3 years. So quickly drawing the time scale: 0, 1, 2, 3. So rate of interest is 3%. This value today is PV, and we want to be able to withdraw 7500 rupees at the end of each of the next 3 years. Now this is of course an annuity, so basically we are trying to find the present value of an annuity, and since we are withdrawing at the end of each of the years, the type is ordinary annuity. So we have to find the present value of an ordinary annuity, and we know the formula for finding the present value of an ordinary annuity is A into bracket 1 divided by I minus 1 divided by I into 1 plus I to the power n. So let's plug in all the values. So A is 7500, 1 divided by I is 0.03 minus 1 divided by 0.03 into bracket 1 plus 0.03 to the power n, and n is 3. So let me pull my calculator here. So let's first solve this part. So 1 plus 0.03 is 1.03 cube. So 1.03 and to the power 3 multiplied by 0.03 is equal to this, and then We have to find the reciprocal because this is 1 divided by this number. So 1 divided by x. Now this is negative, so minus, and then plus 0.03 1 by x. So that is the reciprocal of 0.03. So 0.03 1 by x. So this is equal to 2.8286, and multiply this by 7500. So we get 21,214.585. Let's round it off to 2 decimal points. So 21,214.59 rupees. So this is the present value of this annuity. Now let's move to part B. So part B says that what is the present value if the amount gets an interest rate of 3%, which is the same as part A. The tenure is 3 years, which is the same as part A. But instead of withdrawing 7500 rupees at the end of each year, we withdraw half the money, that is 3750 rupees. So what is the present value when I is 0.03, A is 3750 rupees, N is 3 years. So let's draw the time scale. 1, 2, 3. Interest rate is 3%. We want to find the present value, and we are withdrawing 3750 rupees at the end of each of the next 3 years. Again, the type is ordinary annuity. So we'll be using the same formula. Present value is equal to A into 1 divided by I minus 1 divided by I into 1 plus I to the power n. Let's plug in the values. 3750, 1 divided by 0.03 minus 1 divided by 0.03 into bracket 1 plus 0.03, n is again 3. So let me again pull my calculator here. So we have to first calculate this bracket here. So 1 plus 0.03 is 1.03 cube. So 1.03 cube multiplied by 0.03. So 0.03, and the reciprocal of this, and since this is negative, plus 0.03 and reciprocal of this, so 0.03 reciprocal is equal to, and this multiplied by 3750. So we get 10607.29. So 10607.29 rupees. Now let's move to part C. So part C says that what if everything remains the same as part A, but instead of receiving 3% interest, now you are receiving 6% interest. So how much money should you deposit today in order to get 7500 rupees at the end of each of the next 3 years? So we have to find the present value. Interest rate is 6%. The amount to be withdrawn is 7500 rupees, and N is 3 years. So again on the time scale 0, 1, 2, 3, we have to find the present value. We are withdrawing 7500 rupees at the end of each of the next 3 years, and the interest rate is 6% per annum. So same formula, let's plug in the values. This is again the ordinary annuity because we are withdrawing at the end of each of the next 3 years. So the present value will be equal to A, which is 7500, into bracket 1 divided by I, which is 0.06, minus 1 divided by 0.06 into 1 plus 0.06 to the power n, which is 3. Let me pull my calculator to calculate this. So let's first calculate this portion here. So 1 plus 0.06 is 1.06 to the power 3. So 1.06 cube into 0.06. So into 0.06, and the reciprocal of this, so 1 by x, and this is negative, and then plus 0.06 reciprocal, so 0.06 1 by x is equal to, and then multiplied by 7500. So this is equal to 20047.59 rupees. Now let's move to part number D. So part number D says that what is the present value if the interest rate is 3%, the amount withdrawn is 7500 rupees, tenure is 3 years, but instead of withdrawing this amount at the end of each of the next 3 years, the amount is withdrawn at the beginning of each of the next 3 years. So basically on the time scale 0, 1, 2, 3. So we have to find the present value. Interest rate is 3%, and at the beginning of first year we are withdrawing 7500 rupees. At the beginning of second year we are withdrawing 7500 rupees, and at the beginning of third year also we are withdrawing 7500 rupees. So basically this is a type annuity due. So let's note down the formula for finding the present value of an annuity due. So present value of an annuity due is nothing but the present value of the ordinary annuity multiplied by 1 plus I. So basically same formula, and to this we have to multiply 1 plus I. So A into 1 plus I into bracket 1 divided by I minus 1 divided by I into 1 plus I to the power n. So let's plug in the values. So A is 7500, 1 plus I is 1 plus 0.03, 1 divided by 0.03 minus 1 divided by 0.03 into 1 plus 0.03 to the power n, where n is 3. So let me pull my calculator here. So let's first calculate this bracket. So 1 plus 0.03 cube, so 1.03 cube multiplied by 0.03, and reciprocal of this, so 1 by x, and this is negative, plus 0.03 reciprocal, so 0.03 reciprocal, this is equal to 2.8286 multiplied by 7500, so 21214.585. This is nothing but the same as part A, and to this we have to multiply 1.03. So the answer is 21851.02 rupees. So let's quickly analyze these numbers. So basically, as we had seen in part A, we have an interest rate of 0.03. The amount we want to withdraw is 7500 rupees at the end of each of the next 3 years. In part B, we reduce the yearly withdrawal amount to 3750, which is half of part A. And if you look at the final amount, that is the present value in part B, this is nothing but half of the present value in part A. So basically, if the interest rate is the same, the tenure is the same, the type of annuity is the same, then if we are withdrawing half the amount, then we need to deposit half the amount at the beginning of the tenure. Now let's look at part C. So in part C, everything was same as part A, but the interest rate that we were getting from the bank was higher, which is 6%. So of course, if the interest rate is higher, the original amount that we have to deposit should be lower, because we are earning more over the period of the next 3 years. So if you see in part A, the present value is 21,214, whereas in part C, the present value needed is 20,047.59 rupees. Now in part D, we were withdrawing the money at the beginning of the next 3 years. So the present value needed is higher, which is 21,851 as compared to the present value needed for part A, which was 21,214. So this is how you can find out the present value of an annuity.